Hello students, today we are going to know about one of the bloodiest wars in the history of humankind, the war which cost the lives of more than 9 million people and left countless number of them injured for their lifetime. The first great war after the industrial revolution. Yes, I am talking about the first world war. In this video, let us see about the causes of first world war and try to avoid the errors which we have made in the past to correct us in the future and make the world a better place to live in. Let us begin. Unit 1, Outbreak of World War I and its aftermath. Let us begin with a very simple question. What is known as World War? Whether all the countries in the world were fighting against each other? No, not at all. The reason behind the name World War is the powerful countries in the Europe were fighting against each other for the domination of the world or the control of the world. That is, the winner of this war will be the controller of the world or the dominant country or countries in the world. So the name came as World War. Another reason behind this is initially the war came to be known as the European War because the European countries were only fighting against each other. But after the entry of United States of America in the war came to be known as World War widely and the name suited correctly. Let us begin the video with the causes of the First World War. You can see the causes. The main primary causes for the World War I are these five causes: imperialism, nationalism, militarism, alliances, assassination. It all started in Europe. Let us see the causes one by one. Imperialism. Imperialism, I will explain to you in very simple terms. Imperialism is nothing but a policy of a stronger country or a powerful country to control another country, usually a weaker country. So in simple terms, imperialism is nothing but a powerful country tries to control another country either by making them colonies or by using the military power. You can see in this picture, these are the colonies of European powers. These are the European nations. You can see the possessions of European powers: British, French, Belgium, Portugal, Italy, Spain. And these all European powers has divided Africa and make them their own colonies. You can see here the French portion of Africa. These green shaded portions are the colonies of England. Likewise, the most European powerful countries had divided Africa and made them their own colonies. Colony means nothing but a controlled country or a controlled area by a more powerful country. This is in Africa. And you can see in Asia also, the big Asian continent also has been made as colony by the European powers like British, Dutch, Ottoman Empire, and French, Portugal. You can see almost the entire country of Europe has been controlled by the British. And here you can see this region is known as Indochina, and this region has been controlled by the French. And you can see here this region, the Indonesia, Sumatra Islands, Java Island. These regions are also been controlled by the Dutch, that is the Netherlands, mostly European powers. Now, naturally, a question arises to you: why the European powers have been controlling these big continents? The answer is industrial revolution, where industrial revolution started in Great Britain, in Europe, and later spread to France, Germany. So the industrial revolution came in. If the industrial revolution came in, the industry sprang up more in the European countries, in Britain, France, Germany, likewise. So if the industries had sprang up, we will have more goods produced in a short period of time. So if your basic needs or necessities are fulfilled, what you will do? You will try to sell the goods to other countries. That's what happened after industrial revolution. As the man made goods has been transferred into machine made goods, machines will be producing more. As more goods are produced, the selling of the goods become necessary. So The European countries like Britain, France, Germany has been searching for colonies to sell their goods. At the same time, if they are selling more, they need more raw materials. For example, likewise, if you have a cotton textile mill, if you are selling cloths, what you need cotton, the raw material. That way they are looking for the colonies to not only sell their products in the markets, but also the want of raw materials for the production of the goods. That is why the European countries were fighting for the colonies. Britain, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, all they were fighting for their colonies to extract raw materials and to sell their products. This is the main reason for the First World War. The fight between the European countries like France, Britain, Germany for the want of colonies, for the competition of colonies, to get the colonies more and more with their own country. Let us move on to the next reason. Nationalism. Nationalism is nothing but extreme pride in one's country. That is known as aggressive nationalism. Aggressive nationalism is nothing but the idea of the love for your country should not become the hatred for another country. But what happened is this: what happened in Europe. The love for your country has become the hatred for another country. Whatever my country does, I support it, whether it is right or wrong kind of attitude developed in the minds of people of these European countries, and they wanted to extend their boundaries. And another reason behind this nationalism, you can see here Europe in 1914, that is before the First World War, and Europe in 1923, after the First World War. You can see here German Empire in the Europe, German Empire, Austro-Hungarian Empire has been occupy most of the nations in the First World War. Before First World War, you also know that empire is nothing but a large number of nations will be ruled by a single emperor or a king. So you can see here in 1914, in 1923, you can see how Austria-Hungary has been divided into small nations, and new nations such as Czechoslovakia, Poland, Yugoslavia have came up. These nations were behind the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. These nations wanted their independence from this empire. They wanted separate nations. This is the main reason behind the outbreak of First World War. Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Poland, Lithuania, these countries wanted separate nations for them. They wanted to be out of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and German Empire. You can see the old empires become these new countries. This is where the war is going to start. This is known as the Balkan Peninsula. You can see, we all know that peninsula is nothing but a piece of land surrounded by water on three sides. So the states in this area is known as Balkan states, and this is where the First World War broke out. Militarism. Militarism is nothing but a policy of building a huge army and maintaining it to promote national interests. That is nothing to protect their boundaries and to extend their territories beyond their limits. So they are spending more and more on military. For navy, army and air force, they are spending more and more. This policy is known as militarism, and almost all industrialized countries spend more on militarism. Especially Germany spent more on their army, navy and air force than any of the other European countries. They spent almost 50% of their revenue to the military fighting. But now the alliances have made, if you have touched any country, they are going to be the support of other countries. So the entire European nation is ready for a war with its own plans and assassination. Assassination is nothing but the killing on 20th June 1914, when Austrian Prince Archduke is nothing but the Prince of Austria-Hungary, when going in Bosnia, a Serbian nationalist, a Serbian terrorist group guy, named Gavrilo Princip, killed him in his car and his wife Sophie in Bosnia. This reason behind his killing was Bosnia was annexed, occupied by Austria-Hungary a few years earlier. But it belonged to Serbia. He thought Bosnia should belong to Serbia, not Austria-Hungary. So he shot the next prince of Austria-Hungary, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He is going to be the next emperor of Austria-Hungary. So he killed him, and this was the main breaking point of the war, and this produced of the dominoes. You can see now Austria blamed Serbia for Ferdinand's death and declared war on Serbia. And this came dominoes, and this like dominoes came to fall like another, as there were alliances. Austria-Hungary had an alliance with Germany, so Germany came for the support of Austria-Hungary. As Serbia had the support of Russia, Russia came in support of and Germany, so Germany declares war on Russia. As Russia had an alliance with France, France came in for the support of Russia and France together now joined. So Germany declares war on France, and Germany next invades Belgium on the way to France. What Belgium is a neutral country; they were not on the side of both the countries. What Germany has thought is that France is a smaller country comparing to Russia. It thought it would easily defeat France and then go to Russia. But what happened is they invaded Belgium because it is on their way to their France. As Belgium is a neutral country, Great Britain supports Belgium, and it came in the support of Russia and France and declares war on Germany. So now came the two opposing teams, two opposing powers, the Allied powers and Central powers. We can see the Central powers: German Empire, Austro-Hungary Empire, Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire nothing but the modern day Turkey and Bulgaria together formed an team. And allied powers, these countries together formed a team: France, Russia, Spain, Italy, Greece, Portugal, and Romania, Russia, Great Britain, and USA joined in 1917. So you can see the war between Austria-Hungary versus Serbia became the huge world war. The war between just two countries had started to widespread among almost all the European countries came, and USA also came in the support of Allied powers in the year of 1917. In the next video, we will see about the course of war and the end results of war. If you have any queries or questions, you can kindly post them. Thank you.